Hello FPL fans and welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about the knee-jerk reaction for FPL Gameweek 31. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the most transferred in and transferred out players for this game week and make a recommendation to you guys as to whether or not you should go with the crowd and bring these players into your team or release them from your squads. So just before we get into the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to show support for the channel, and once again share this video with your friends if you guys are enjoying this type of content. With that being said, let's get into the video. So starting off with the top transfers in for this game week, beginning with Jota. Jota is the most popular player to bring into the squads ahead of Gameweek 31, as he has seen 120,000 transfers in. This comes about as Jota got himself 2 goals and 12 points against Arsenal in Gameweek 30 after getting subbed on only playing at 29 minutes. This is very impressive as he has once again proved why he is such a good value option in the midfield, only coming in at £6.7 million. This means that in just 7 starts for Liverpool, Jota has returned 8 goals and has been absolutely prolific value for his owners. Jota has got himself 69 points this season and is a good differential option to go for in the midfield, as he is only owned by 7.5% of managers. Also, with Liverpool's very favourable upcoming fixtures of Aston Villa, Leeds, Newcastle and Manchester United as their next 4, especially those next 3 will be worthwhile targeting, and Jota should be getting some starting minutes now after this very impressive performance, so I would definitely be looking to bring him into the squad for his great value in the midfield. Moving on to the second player on the list is Kelechi Iheanacho. Iheanacho has seen 35,000 transfers in this game week, despite only getting himself 2 points in Game Week 30. Iheanacho did blank against Man City, but that is understandable as they do have a very good defence, and Leicester just seemed a little bit offered in that match. Iheanacho has been in very good form recently, as before this Man City match he had recorded himself 5 goals in his previous 3 matches. This is exactly what you want from a cheap £5.7 million striker, as he is proving to be great value recently as he is getting some starting minutes. He did only play 71 minutes in that Man City match though, as James Maddison did get subbed on for him, which could hint at the fact that if James Maddison does recover from his injury fully, he will be starting over Iheanacho, which could see some less consistent starting time for him. But with a 3.7% ownership and a very low price tag, he could be a good option to go for, as Leicester do have some good upcoming fixtures as well. Leicester's next 4 include West Ham, West Brom, Palace and Southampton, which are some very nice matches for him, so if he does secure that starting time over the upcoming game weeks, he could be a good budget option to go for. For now, I will just hold off him, as his starting time could be a bit up in the air over the upcoming matches. So now moving on to the third most transferred in player for this game week, it's Mo Salah. Salah has seen 20,000 transfers in so far this game week, as he was finally back on the score sheet with 8 points against the Gunners. Salah got himself his first goal in 6 matches, as he needed to get 8 points against Arsenal, which was nice to see for him. It did allow his faithful owners to reap the rewards, as he has now tallied up 182 FPL points. Salah is still quite pricey at £12.4 million and is relatively low owned recently, as he only has a 29.1% ownership. So compared to what he used to be owned at before, he could be a good sort of differential option in the midfield. Liverpool do have some good upcoming fixtures as they face Aston Villa, Leeds, Newcastle and Manchester United as their next 4, so if Salah can continue his good form, he could be one to look out for and bring into the squads, but for now, considering that he is quite highly priced and that this is only his first goal in 6 matches, it could be worthwhile just waiting another week, see if he can prove himself some good form and then get him into the squad if he continues this way. So now moving on to the most transferred out players for this game week, starting off with Ilkay Gundogan. Gundogan got rested for Manchester City's match against Leicester City this game week, which has seen 50,000 managers move him on. Gundogan is the 4th highest scoring midfielder in FPL with 142 total points and has been great value for his £6.1 million price tag. This means that this is the 2nd Premier League match in a row that Gundogan has been rested, as he is being prioritised in the Champions League for Man City. In his most recent match though, he did get himself a goal against Southampton, but against Fulham and Leicester as his recent 2, he didn't get a start, which does raise a couple of concerns for his starting minutes for Man City. If he does continue to get benched in the Premier League, then it will be definitely worthwhile moving him on, but at this current stage, after being in an international break and playing a couple of matches there, it could be worthwhile just to hold on to him and see if he does start the next match, because when he does start, he does tend to get himself a return, and he's been great value so far for Man City. Speaking of Man City's fixtures, they face Leeds at home next, then Aston Villa, then a blank, then Crystal Palace, which are looking like some very nice fixtures, obviously apart from that blank. But with Leeds at home upcoming, this is a great fixture for Man City to cash in on those attacking returns, so for that reason it could be worthwhile holding on to Gundogan for this fixture. If he does get benched, then that's fine and move him on, fair enough, but for now it could be worthwhile just holding on to him and see how he goes in Gameweek 31. Now moving on to the second most transferred player for this game week, it's Gareth Bale. Bale is yet to play in Gameweek 30, but has already seen 35,000 managers move him on. Gareth Bale has recorded 58 points this season, as he has got himself 5 goals and 2 assists for the Spurs. Bale has been in some decent form recently, getting himself 36 points in his last 4 matches, but did fail to start in Spurs' most recent game. Spurs are still yet to face Newcastle away this week, so it will be interesting to see whether Bale does get starting minutes in this one, as before this miss in Game Week 29 against Aston Villa, he had played in the previous 4 matches. He doesn't tend to get the full 90 minutes game time, as he is getting subbed off at around that 60-minute mark, so that could be a bit of a bad point for Gareth Bale if we are looking to get him in. But with Spurs' decent upcoming fixtures of Newcastle, Manchester United, and then the double game week in Game Week 32 of Everton and Southampton, it will be worthwhile holding on to these Spurs assets just for this point in time. If Gareth Bale does get benched once again for that Game Week 30 fixture against Newcastle, then you could switch into another Spurs asset, but for now with the Spurs double game week in Game Week 32, it's probably worthwhile holding on to their assets. So now moving on to the third most transferred up player for this game week, it is Rafinha. Rafinha did get himself 6 points in Game Week 30 as he picked up an assist against Sheffield, but has already seen 30,000 managers move him on. Rafinha has scored 113 total points this season and has got himself 6 goals and 7 assists. Rafinha has been in good form recently as he's got himself 14 points in his last 2 matches with 1 goal and 1 assist over this period. Rafinha has been a good budget option in midfield, only coming in at £5.7 million and is relatively low owned with a 16.6% ownership. The main reason that people are moving their Leeds assets on is that they do have 3 very difficult upcoming fixtures of Manchester City, Liverpool and Manchester United. Obviously over this period it is unlikely that Rafinha is going to get himself many attacking returns, as all 3 of these teams do have a fairly solid defence, so for the next 3 game weeks it could be worthwhile moving on Rafinha and then bringing him back in Game Week 34 where Leeds finished the season with Brighton, Spurs, Burnley, Southampton and West Brom, which is a very good back end to the season. So considering the difficulty of the upcoming fixtures for Leeds, it is worthwhile moving on Rafinha, as even if you bring him back into the squad, you won't lose too much value in him, as he shouldn't go down in price too much, so for that reason it could be worthwhile moving him on. So that's what we've got for today for the knee-jerk reaction of FPL Gaming 31. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like and subscribe to show support for the channel. And once again, share this video with your friends if you guys are enjoying this type of content. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.